Good morning, Thriving Tuesday family. Be encouraged ministries. I'm going to wait for you to come on in. I'm in about a minute early. I want to get started on time. I pray that all of you are well. Please let me know you're here. I'd like to at least say hello before we get started. I see the population starting, and so it's wonderful to be able to greet you on this 22nd day of June. It has been 30 days on today of this new journey, this is 60 journey. And so we've been talking about good morning, sister, good morning, Lady Clarice. We've been talking about each week since prior to and after 522 what this journey is meaning for me, and I'm sharing it with you. And prayerfully, it is making a difference in the way you're viewing life. There's nothing about a conversation or a, a presentation or even a sharing that can absolutely change your life, but maybe it's in informing your life so that you can look inside and make some changes if necessary and embrace some things that you forgot you were in the midst of it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about what it means to become and what it means to become you. Uh, Far too often in our existence, we become what everyone else expects of us. Anybody got a witness that so many of us become the things that are expected of us to become? We have these dreams, these hopes, these ways of seeing ourselves when we're young, and then the no's start, and the you need to do this, or you shouldn't do this, or if you do this, it's this is going to happen. If you don't do this, then this is going to happen. And it begins to reshape the you thought you were into this you that everyone expects you to be. Because for many of us, at the core of us, we want to please those we care about. We want there to be something about who we are that makes others happy, makes others proud. But the problem comes when who you become is not really who you are. And then you have this fight going on internally between who you're supposed to be and who you really are. And then you can't seem to find focus and to be and to do the things that are assigned to each of our lives, because there's something assigned to each of our lives. You struggle with doing that because you are allowing the outside forces to fully shape what's going on the inside. So today, I just want to come to you and share with you uh, in Ephesians 2 and 10, it tells us that we are God's handiwork. And I don't know if that what that means for you, but for me, God's handiwork means that God is shaping and continuing to shape. That handiwork is not an always completed process. In Ephesians 2, it clearly talks about how we are working through some things, that we are dead to some things and alive in Christ in that chapter. But I want you to kind of look at it from life's perspective. There's some things that we must become dead to in order to become live to some other things. We must become dead to wanting to please everyone in order to become the best us we can be. We've got to become dead to those toxic things and relationships. And we talk about that a lot, that we've surrounded ourselves with because we thought we had to be connected with them in order to still love them. Hmm. Let me say that again. We thought we had to stay fully connected in order to still love them. And you can love people without allowing them to infiltrate their toxicity into your life. And that's a matter of allowing some things to die so some other things can live. I know that for some of you that might be hard. Hey, Valencia, it's good to see you here. I've been praying for you. Hope you are well. Hope the family is well. Sorry, you all. I needed to say that while she was here so that she could hear me say it. So when we start becoming dead to the things that are pulling us back, dead to those things that are holding us down, then we can start to become alive to what it is we're supposed to be in the first place. We can acquaint ourselves with the us we let other people tell us we couldn't be. Now, I am not advocating that we go out and be 20s wild and that we do lots of things that we know we're not good for our lives, that were our own toxic issues, our own toxic activities and behaviors. But I'm talking about that core thing, that core of who you are, of how you love, how you care, what you do, what's important for your life, being careful that you have not allowed so many other things and people outside of you to shape you that you wake up, as I said before, look in the mirror and you don't recognize who that is because you stopped being you in order to be what others expected of you. Okay. So this is a courage thing. This is a process. It's hard work. It's hard work to shed the expectations, the thoughts that others will place on you and tell you what you have to be. It's hard to do that and to really become you, to really grow and evolve and then embrace who you really are. It's hard work, but it's noble and it's necessary. It's noble because it means that you are living with integrity, that you're being genuine, that you're living in that place of genuineness for yourself, and that you're shedding the ingenuineness that sometimes this culture places on us. That we got to be this, we got to look like this, we got to go here, we got to do these things, we got to have this stuff, we got to drive this car, we got to do all of those things are not necessarily genuinely who we are, but we get inundated with the expectations that come along with where we think we are in life. I remember my uncle used to say that your activity, your behavior should reflect your station in life. And while I understood what he meant, um, one of the things that happens when you do that is that if you're not really that kind of person, if at the core of you you are very simple, you are very humble, then putting on the accessories, the accoutrements of all of the stuff people want you to be, all the stuff that people think you should look like, all the things that you people think you should have on or driving, and all of those material things become an albatross. They become a weight around your neck because it's not you. Learn the beauty of embracing you, of growing into who you are, of embracing that person. That's becoming. That's what it means to become. But it takes courage. It takes courage to grow up and become who you are. And it doesn't matter what age you are. I know that I have some seniors who are watching right now, but you've done your whole life what everyone expected of you. What a beauty, what a freedom, what a liberation of getting to a point in your life where you can say, I'm not doing that anymore. I remember one time someone asked my mom to do something, and she was really just getting to that point right before she passed away where she had really become she had embraced herself. And so someone asked her to do something, and she said no. And because no was not usually in her vocabulary, she was asked why. She said, because I don't choose to. What a liberating statement to say, I don't choose to. I could, I could continue to do what it is you expect of me and to do it over and over and over again, but I don't choose to. That's an example of the beauty of becoming. The beauty of saying, I am becoming me and I'm no longer willing to hurt me to impress you. I'm no longer willing to do what you want me to do in order for you to accept me. Because guess what? I accept me. And I may not be everything that I'm going to be. I may not be everything that I want to be, but I and God will move me in the direction that God would have me to go. It's not for you. How as I saw a young person say the other day, what you think of me is not my business. It blessed my soul. What you think of me is not my business. It's your business. What I think of me, what God thinks of me is my business. And so, in order for us to be in that place of becoming, to really be the handiwork that God has created, God has developed, we've got to not be afraid of releasing those things that halt us, that hinder us from being us, and embracing who we are, because this journey is ours. And when we get to the end of it, it won't be what other people thought. It won't be what other people want. It will be who we are and what we want, that we will reflect on. How we dealt with what it was we were given is what we will reflect on. So don't wait till the end. Do it now. Reflect on who it is you are, who it is that you wish to be. Don't let the outside forces, don't let the voices and the faces pull you into a place where you are ingenuine with yourself ever again. Yes, it's a process. It does not happen suddenly. But start today. Start today saying, I am going to become who I am. And it doesn't matter how everyone else feels about it, as long as I'm honoring me while I honor God, as long as I'm walking in God's will and God's way, it really doesn't matter to me what you think of me, for I am becoming who God has intended for me to be. That's my word for you today. Become you. Be in the process of growing, evolving, and embracing you, so that you can be all that you can be. I know that's a slogan for the army, but it's real, because we're soldiers, right? In the army of the Lord. But become all that you can be. Embrace you as you grow and as you evolve, and know that there is no one else like you. So if you become something outside of you, then guess what? We're robbed of who you are. God bless you today. Heaven smile on you as you go forth, and as you contemplate, and as you consider these words, and as you think about how it is you can be more genuinely you, even in the midst of relationships and things that are required of you to do. How do you take the self-care time to spend time with you and love on you, love you madly, and then say, I am becoming? And that means I got to let some stuff go and embrace the real me and love that person with all you got, as you love God, because you can't love anybody else the way God says for us to love others until we first fully love ourselves. Go forth today. May God bless you. Become you, growing, evolving, and embracing you as God's handiwork, and be encouraged. See you soon.